Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is made possible by Assured Partners, Greg Young of Marshalltown, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, The Gregors Furniture and Mattress, Sports Plus, Wayward Social, Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown, Marshalltown School District, Scooters of Marshalltown, State Farm, mtownproud.com.
Safety! Dropped in the end zone. It's Niehaus. Feldman, that one will get in. That's a good point right there. A shot coming here. That's a goal. Lifted to left center field. Gets off the warning track into the wall. Transition three. Boom! Knocks that one down. And it's a goal. What a beautiful play. Dutton, look what I found over the first. It's a 3-on-1 all the way. Yes! There he goes.
Your home for the Bobcats, KFJB-TV. Welcome to the Countdown to Tipoff.
Welcome to Linn-Mar High School. It is the second round of Class 4A Substate 4 as the Linn-Mar Lions host your Marshalltown Bobcats tonight here on KFJB-TV. Welcome into our broadcast. I'm Brandon Lewis, joined by Dylan Dose alongside me. Dylan, this reminds me so much 5 years ago. Bobcats took on Waukee with a big opportunity to take down one of the top dogs in the state.
Yeah, that was a great matchup. Both Sanford brothers. You had Omaha Billieu and then Tucker DeFries. And the Bobcats, that game came down to a couple of calls. Waukee would walk away with a 6-point win. They'd beat everybody else in the state tournament, including Ames in the title game by 20+. And it came down to the Bobcats had to believe they were there. They locked down almost everybody but Tucker DeFries that night, and then Armani Thomas went off. And I really think that's what the Bobcats have to do tonight. Kyle Smith has got to be able to find his spots, and then the Bobcats, we know Davis Kern's a problem. They can't let everybody be a problem, and that's going to be really the key as we look at tonight. But, yeah, 4 years, 2 days ago, we were sitting courtside there. Here we are at Linn-Mar, and got a good vibe about it.
Yeah, that is for sure. Coming up on our countdown to tip-off, we talk to head coach Mike Apple when we come back. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
Legends American Grill is the perfect place to watch your favorite team. Enjoy wings, nachos, steaks, and prime rib available on Friday and Saturday nights. It's game on for great food and your favorite drink to wash it down. You like burgers? Legends has fantastic, unique burger creations like this. The Legends Burger. Absolutely delicious. Gather with friends, enjoy your favorite team's games with the NFL Sunday Ticket, and make some memories. Legends American Grill in Marshalltown and our new Newton location, where the game is always on.
Marshalltown Community School District announces that preschool sign-up is going on now for children who will be 4 on or before September 15th. Sign up early as spaces do fill up. Marshalltown's preschool program ensures every child has access to high-quality early education in a welcoming and supportive environment. The preschool program is tuition-free with no fees to sign up. Contact the preschool coordinator at 641-754-1000 for more information. You'll need proof of your child's age, address, and immunization records in order to sign up. Welcome back into the countdown to tip-off. It is the second round of Class 4A Substate number 4. Now joined by head coach Mike Apple here tonight. Coach, your team coming off a really impressive win. Some of the best ball movement we've seen all season long. Guys were getting involved scoring-wise. Lamar Johnson was our player of the game. He had a great game. We had such a well-rounded victory. What's practice been like coming off that win Monday night?
It's been really good. You know, obviously this time of year you're going to be locked in and focused, and our guys are working in hard and trying to get ready for a very good Linn-Mar team tonight. When you see your team lock in like they did on Monday night, how special is that kind of feeling to see them go out and execute and get that big victory? It was great. You know, as you saw, a lot of guys stepped up, and we had a well-balanced scoring from our 5 guys, and that's huge, obviously. And they executed our game plan really well, and they played extremely hard, and just proud of their effort to get that done on Monday.
The adversity that this team has kind of faced this year, a few injuries here and there, you don't play for 2 weeks at the back end of your season, but to overcome that and not really let it hamper you, what's that kind of say about a little bit of that mental toughness, especially in postseason play?
Yeah, it's great, and that's kind of what you need. Obviously, you can't control if games get canceled. You just kind of a huge emphasis for our team is just you got to control each day, and what are you going to get out of each day to get better and improve. And if you do that over a course of a season, you should obviously get better and better as the season goes on.
Yeah. As you take on the Linn-Mar Lions, they had a second round exit a year ago in this round, and so they have really been on a tear this year. They've won a ton of games in a row. They're second ranked in Class 4A heading into tonight's matchup. What really stands out outside of their big man down low, who's going to go play at a school I know you're familiar with, South Dakota State University, where your brother played? But what makes this team special and kind of that team aspect?
Well, obviously, Curran inside is a really skilled post at 6'9" that creates a lot of challenges for teams to stop. But it's not just him. I mean, their whole team is really, really good. They have the ability to score it, and they're unselfish, and they get it going. And that's the hard part is they got guys that have the ability to really shoot it from the three and stretch you out. And then obviously some big guys inside. They start 6'7", and 6'9". You don't see too many teams in the state of Iowa with that type of size.
So defensively, when you go against that, you've faced some taller teams this year, and even Ty Sanchez-Evans, one of the big players, you were able to shut him down a couple times this year. What are you asking out of your defense going against a taller team like that?
It's going to take a team effort tonight. It's not going to be more so just Jamison kind of locking down, Ty Sanchez-Evans. It's going to take all of us. We have a game plan in place to try and double him, get the ball out of his hands, If a couple other guys are going to beat us, so be it. But it's got to try and get it out of his hands. You got to get it to the guys we kind of want to have the ball, and take some chances here and there where hopefully they miss some shots. I mean, when they're this size, you gotta give something up, and that's kind of what we're rolling with. And then once that happens, you got to try and block them out and rebound the ball. So, we got a game plan in place. Obviously, we know what we need to do. It's a matter of getting on that floor, and you see the size of these guys. That's obviously hard to replicate, and just battle as hard as we can.
Last question for you, Coach. We've seen your Bobcat teams over the years really rise to the occasion. Armani Thomas always rose to that occasion, nearly knocking off a number one ranked Waukee team about 5 years ago. So, what do you look out of your team? What do you say to your team coming into a big game like this with a lot on the line?
Wednesday, I brought that scout out of Waukee when we played them. I think it was 5 years ago, and just showed them a lot of similarities, obviously, just the size, the skill level of the guys we're going against. And, the biggest thing is we went into that, you have to obviously believe you can hang with them and compete and be in the game. And if you don't, you're going to have zero shot, obviously, at winning. So it's just a matter of controlling what we can, playing hard as we can, and see where we can go from there.
Yeah. Good luck. Should be a fun one tonight, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, that is head coach Mike Apple on our countdown to tip-off. We'll take a look at the starting five, the Lions and the Bobcats, when we come back right here on KFJB-TV.
Some say life is like a road trip. Is it a coincidence Scooter's Coffee is a drive-thru? We don't think so. Whether you need a coffee while you enjoy the view, to just get you through the long stretch, or to refuel between stops, Scooter's Coffee is there, brewing up delicious coffee, espresso blenders, smoothies, iced drinks, and more, with the convenience of a drive-thru so you can stay on the road and enjoy the ride. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooters in Marshalltown.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is sponsored by The Marshalltown School District. Embrace the lead. Scooters of Marshalltown. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. And State Farm. mtownproud.com.
Taking a look at head coach Chris Robertson in his 20th year for the Linn-Mar Lions. 334 career wins here at Linn-Mar. Let's get to today's starting lineups, all brought to you by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. Let them deliver for you while we deliver the starting lineups. First off for the Linn-Mar Lions, it'll be Payson Nieder, number 1, 11 points per game, 4.5 rebounds per game. He's committed to go play basketball in Wayne State in Nebraska. He is a guard. Number 2, Eric Wright, a 5'11 senior guard, averaging 8 points per game. Number 5, Tyler Hilton, a 6'7 freshman forward, averaging 11.5 points per game. Number 11, Mason Matson, committed to Wartburg College, 11 points per game for the 6'1 senior, and rounding things out for the Linn-Mar Lions. Number 22, Davis Kern, committed to go play at South Dakota State, a 6'9 senior, averaging 22.5 points. That is second best in Class 4A. All right, for your Marshalltown Bobcats tonight, it'll go Jamison Niehaus, number 1, 3 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, a 6-foot sophomore. Number 3, Drake Gersma, a really good performance on Monday night against Mason City. He had 16 points. The 6-foot sophomore guard will get the start tonight. Number 10, Kyle Smith, number 3 in threes made with 66 on the season, averaging 17.5 points per game, a 6'4 junior guard. Number 24, Lamar Johnson, really good game the other night as well. 17 points. He was our player of the game, the 6-foot senior. And number 30, Jacob Hayes, 7 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, 12 points the other night. Really good game again against Mason City for the 6'2 junior guard. That is our starting lineups. Get all brought to you by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. The Iowa Lions North meets the Mississippi Valley. Number 2, Linn-Mar. They host Marshalltown in the second round of Class 4A Substate 4. Lineups, national anthem taking place here at Linn-Mar High School. Tip-off is next on KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social for date night, family fun, or the company party with plenty of space for everyone. Visit Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to start planning your group outing at Wayward Social, the place for fun.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
Jacob Hayes. No good. Lamar Johnson, no rebound. Takes down left wing 3. Splash.
That kid's going to be a good one.
to go. It's the Lions and the Bobcats still in Battle of the Cats here tonight on KFJB-TV. In the second round, as head coach Mike Apple gets his team ready to go. What are our keys here tonight, Dylan?
When I look at the Bobcats, you've got to break to make. Not that we're going to go up and down, but as Linn-Mar extends that pressure, they're so long in the half court that they're going to give the Bobcats a lot of defensive issues. So they've got to break that pressure, look for a secondary transition three, be able to get that mismatch. On the flip side, Davis Kern is awesome. Senior laden team, but I think the key is Hilton Magic, the freshman, Tyler Hilton. What I've watched of him, he is special. Very good off the glass, athletic, long, 6'7". If he gets rolling along with Kern, it's going to be a long night for the Bobcats.
Kern and Johnson at midcourt to get us going. The red and blue, the red and whites. And Kern, no surprise, the commit to South Dakota State wins the opening tip. We are underway. Left wing three for Hilton. And there's the magic, Dylan. 3-0 Lions.
You look at him, he doesn't shoot it real well from outside, and that's where they're going to double off of, as Coach said in pregame. But Hilton knocks down that first one, making it look easy.
Only a freshman at 6'7". Gersma, right wing, controlling it, guarded by Eric Wright. Swings left wing. Here's Kyle Smith, leading scorer for the Bobcats. Swings it. Hayes, three. Boom! Just in and out. Thought he had that one to go, but cannot get it to go. And he hit a few the other night. He's kind of that X factor. Can he get those big shots?
He really is. They're looking at Waukee, and that might off of Kyle Smith. Remember, Waukee, Isaiah Borgos was the one who knocked down those big threes.
Yep.
But really, when it's come late, the last month or so, Jacob's come up with some big plays, those free throws late against Mason City and knocking down big shots as well.
Kyle Smith knocked that one away from Niedert as he drove in. Now straight on three from up top is no good from the freshman and Tyler Hilton.
If Hilton's okay with shooting threes and that's your offense, that's best case scenario for the Bobcats, even if he hit his first one.
Gersma left wing, looking inside, pops it over to Lamar Johnson to the top of the key. Off a screen, Kyle Smith, that one off the mark, off the right side of the iron. Rebound tipped away from Lamar Johnson. It's Tyler Hilton with the rebound. Feeds, backdoor cut, it's good. And Mason Matson lays it up and in for good as the commit to Wartburg, averaging 11 points per game. He is one of their best three-point shooters at 53% on the season. That's fourth best in 4A. Lamar Johnson, right wing with the basketball. Looking, Kyle Smith now around the perimeter. Back to Jacob Hayes as he cuts over to Kyle Smith, left wing as Payson Niedert locked in on him. Now he'll drive down the left block, and before that happens, a push from behind on Payson Niedert, and that will be his first foul of the night. And it will be baseline left side for the Cats to throw in.
And one of the things, actually, that first Hilton shot was called a 2.
Okay.
So it's 4-0 Lions.
Gersma at the top of the key, almost misplayed by Kyle Smith on the pass, gathers it in. Drives free throw line, and that one off the front of the iron, no good. Hauled in by Davis Kern on the rebound.
Bobcats have
set up
had
the offense with Eric Wright.
Bobcats have had good shots, just have come up short on all three jumpers so far.
Handoff to Payson Niedert, and they say it was potentially knocked away, but no. Lions did touch it last, so it is an over and back. And it will be Bobcat basketball down 4-0, 5:48 opening quarter as Gersma gets the inbound of the backcourt, powers over the Lions logo at midcourt, now over to Niehaus, and it's off of his foot. Turnover, Cats. Here in this opening quarter, all Lions so far on the scoreboard as Payson Niedert will go down to pass it in to the point guard in Eric Wright.
So far, energy level's been really good for the Cats. See if they can retain that with that short bench.
Kern, the big man. Niehaus guarding on him. He'll be challenged big time inside tonight. Eric Wright stops right high post. Kern, why not? Tries to shoot it over Niehaus. He'll miss. Kyle Smith almost got the rebound, couldn't, and now foul on Gersma. As Eric Wright drove in, he'll head to the line for 2 free throws. And just got Gersma off his feet right there as Gersma was trying to go for the block. So That will send Eric Wright, the 79% free throw shooter, to the line. This is a very good free throw shooting Lion team. 75%, that's number 2 in 4A.
They shoot it well at every different level. 2-point, 3-point free throw line. They're very efficient, score almost 74 points a game, but they've had games up in the 90s. This is a well-oiled offensive machine.
First one good, second one is also good. And it is now 6-0 Lions.
And here comes that pressure.
Gersma over the 10-second line. Looking to the right side to Kyle Smith. Well, back and forth. And now to Linn-Mar Johnson at the top of the key. Looks back to Kyle Smith. Trying to feed it into Gersma as he'll post him up. Right block extended. Back to Kyle Smith. Fakes. Right high post jumper. Ooh, that one looked good, but it was just off the back. And it will hit the scoreboard. Or the shot clock on the backboard. And that will be back to the Lions.
Good look, just a little strong. Bobcats really have had some great looks, but they've got to have one fall for them.
Hilton, right wing, swings it, top of the key. Quick trigger pull up 3 for Matson, no good. Niehaus hauls in the rebound. Almost losing it as it was picked up by Tyler Hilton. It will stay with the Cats. Niehaus a bit sloppy with the basketball early on here.
Little too nonchalant, turned it over down there, tried a shovel pass there. Got to be much stronger with the basketball.
Linn-Mar Johnson right in front of the scorer's table gets the basketball and throws it right into the hands of Matson. He'll take it inside, and the leaner is no good, but a foul going to be called on Linn-Mar Johnson. That will be his first of the night, and that will send Mason Matson, the 76% free throw shooter, to the free throw line. A year ago, he averaged just over 9 points per game, up to 11 in his senior year. Again, he's going to go play at Wartburg. That's the thing. Some of these guys not going to Division I like Kern, but Wartburg, always traditionally pretty good basketball school. Niedert, he's going to Wayne State. And the Northern Sun, always a good basketball conference.
Wayne State's a really good team. Had a chance to watch them a couple times. My parents live a couple blocks from there. Always a good D2 school, so...
1 of 2 for Matson at the free throw line as he misses the second one. Cats on the offensive end. Gersma inside. Turnaround jumper. It's good. And Gersma, the other night, had a really good third quarter against Mason City. He put up 16 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And the sophomore will need to be a threat on the scoring end. That one was on the line. Tyler Hilton with the long 2. His foot was on the line. He goes out of bounds on the rebound opportunity by Eric Wright, and it will be back to the Cats as we take a look at that last bucket by Gersma.
What I like about Gersma's game, he has a little bit of that Armani in him where he thinks he belongs, he knows he belongs, so the moment's not going to be too big for him.
Yeah, you got to have that as a guard. Gersma right wing. Back to Kyle Smith. Had a quick screen from, good dump off. Boy, that one was blocked from behind. I think Mason Matson got a piece of that Linn-Mar Johnson shot, but it was a great find by Kyle Smith. In transition, Eric Wright, left wing 3, unguarded. As late to pop out on him is Drake Gersma, and knocking it down is number 2 at Eric Wright.
That was a big bucket. All of them can shoot it. 4 different shooters with 25-plus threes on the year.
10-2 our count. Gersma left wing, looking inside. Nothing there. Swings it to Linn-Mar Johnson. Now Kyle Smith off his screen. 3! Splash! His first one of the night goes. One of the best shooters in 4A from long distance. And now a hold on Niehaus inside as he was guarding on Kern. But 66 made threes this year for Kyle Smith. He adds his 67th as he's number 3 in attempts. He led the state last year with 77 made. Still 67 now on the season. No slouch right there.
And he's later as a season, he's had some offensive help as well. Hasn't need to shoot it as much.
Max Robertson is checked in. He takes a long-distance shot. It's no good. Bobcats all in the rebound. Gersma powers over the timeline. Still guarded by Eric Wright. Look to the left side of the left wing. Jacob Hayes has it. Back to Kyle Smith at the top. Straight on 3. Boom! Yeah, that's a big one right there. 10-8. Bobcats back within 2.
They were getting great shots, and now Kyle Smith wide open. Defensive intensity's been high. This is a really good start by the Cats.
Free throw line jumper to answer. It is good. Eric Wrights. Boy, he knows how to answer.
When it looks that good, it can't be wrong, right? That is right every single time.
Hayes left wing. And a Kyle Smith. Well, over to Gersma right wing. Little give and go. Turnaround jumper just off the right side. Kern hauls it in. Boy, it is really hard to simulate 6'9", Dylan.
It is. You could put me on your shoulders or vice versa. I think we're about 6'7".
Right down the left side of the paint. Picks up his dribble. Back out top to Nieder. Now back to right. Looking to dump it into Kern. Double team quickly. Boy, they are on him.
Yeah.
Big time tonight. Back to Kern. Now finds Wright. Wide open threes off the mark. Doesn't draw iron. It's out of bounds, and it's Bobcat basketball. 12-8. 1:12 to go, opening quarter.
And it's really been the idea of Jamison's done such a good job of pushing Kern up the lane to where he's outside of his comfort zone.
Just about 60 seconds to go in this opening quarter. Gersma finds Lamar Johnson down. Oh, trying to get the man bucket to go. Just pops out the right side as Max Robertson hauls in the rebound. Up to Kern. Kern will drive, and Niehaus with a hold. That's his second foul of the night.
And this is tough where Jamison and Lamar are definitely the most versatile defenders, but now you get too early, and we're going to see Will Swartz hustle in here. Will's going to have to be able to push Kern up the lane just as Jamison's been able to.
Inbound to right, quickly feeds on Kern. They'll drop it in. He goes against Swartz. Shots off the mark. Swartz bats it out of bounds. It will remain with the Lions. But a good job right there to challenge. Right. They go right after the guy who checks in.
And he's done a nice job of bodying him up.
Wide open on the inbound. Robertson, three near side is no good. Kyle Smith vacuums in that rebound and outlets it to Gersma. There is a 3-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock.
Bobcats are going to probably push the air out of the basketball here and go with something in about 12 seconds.
Jacob Hayes loses the basketball out of bounds as Carson Raines knocks it away. The sophomore just checked in a moment ago. 18 seconds to go in the opening quarter. 12-8. Bobcats looking to maybe get back within 2 or 1 here before the end of the quarter. Hayes, top of the key. Guarded closely is Kyle Smith, who caught the basketball. Back over to Kyle Smith. Kern guarding out on him. 5 seconds, 1 second. Shot clock will run out at 3.5 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Shot clock violation. Back to the lines for the last shot.
That was just a lack of understanding right there. Kyle had the much larger Kern on him.
Right over midcourt, and that one going to come up short. 12-8 our score as we head to the second quarter. 8 minutes to go before halftime, and the Cats hanging around with the second-ranked Lions.
YMCC, competitive athletics, affordable tuition, on-campus living, online courses plus 2 campus locations, unique programs, career training, small classes, short-term hands-on training. Choose MCC.
Class 4A, Substate 4 here tonight, 12-8. The Linn-Mar Lions lead your Marshalltown Bobcats. Well, big congrats to Marshalltown wrestlers as Xavier Anderson runner-up at 165 at state last weekend. Nick Weiss finished 7 at 138. And, it was great to see Luke Cross's son, Colby Cross, get there, and Johan Gomez to the state tournament as well. 4
wrestlers at state, first time in almost 20 years. Xavier almost had it, could not keep him down, lost 5-4. Nick Wise wrestled really well all week long as well.
Bobcats will begin the second quarter with the basketball. Lamar Johnson, left wing, looking. Will Schwartz cuts to the top of the key, back to Gersma, back door. They find Kyle Smith, fakes, turnaround jumper, goes in and out. Schwartz trying to reach over Kern for the rebound, but beat out quickly in transition. Here goes the Lions. Layup is no good. Inside, off the mark by Carson Raines, but it will stay with the Lions. Head coach Mike Apple elated there, as you see on KFJB-TV. The officials will get together, and they're going to change the call. It's back to the Bobcats.
It's been very interesting. A couple going through the back that have been no calls there, and that's what Coach Apple's pretty fired up about. He feels like there's a lot of grabbing on the defensive end by Linn-Mar.
Jacob Hayes at the top. Feeds it, goes inside. Kern catches Jacob Hayes on the arm, and that's 2 free throws coming as Kern, one of the best blockers in the state, third in 4A with 3 blocks per game. He has 69 total on the season, but that one will result in the clock stopped and free throws coming for Jacob Hayes, a 74% free throw shooter on the season. Headed to the line, and the first one is good for Jacob Hayes.
And Jacob did a great job on that. No matter what your size, look at him. He took his body into the shot blocker. You can't go away from him. Put your body on him, created space, and forced Kern to foul him.
2 big free throws. Gets the game back to within 2. As Hayes knocks them both down. 12-10, Lions with the lead. Left wing, Max Robertson, a travel. And back to the Cats, who look to tie it up or take the lead. Your second rank. You went out of the playoffs in the second round to North Scott last year, 70-56. You feel like the pressure's more on the Lions than it is on the Cats here tonight.
Well, I think they haven't been to a state tournament since 2012. And that was Marcus Page, All-American at UNC, his last year. Jordan Bohannon never went. And this is a team that is super talented.
Kyle Smith way up high, gets it to Schwartz, gets the feedback over to Gersma. Now to Hayes. Right high post, jumper, turnaround. A touch strong off the back of the iron. Kern with the rebound. Kern, leaner, is going to come off the right side, but a foul and a reach in on the Bobcats on the shot. And Kern will head to the line for 2 free throws. The foul comes in on Kyle Smith. That is his first foul of the night. As Davis Kern heads to the line, averaging 22.5 points per game. That's second best in 4A, an 81% free throw shooter. And SDSU last year, they went to the NCAA tournament. They're a very good basketball team. They're in the Horizon. They lost to Iowa State, but they have a long history of success and a very good basketball school that Davis Kern will be going to next year. So first free throw is no good by Kern. Second one to come. Looking for his first point of the night, and it's good. 13-10.
And that's when you look at it is they wanted to double Kern and force others to beat him. So far, Bobcats have executed that perfectly.
Good pass by Schwartz. Quickly finding Lamar Johnson. Now back to the top of the key to Gersma. Free throw line, Lamar Johnson, backdoor cut. Beautiful cut by Kyle Smith, and it's good. Smith with 8. 13-12 as Jacob Hayes claps on there.
We talk about this all the time. Sometimes just playing great teams help you raise your level.
Tyler Hilton inside, hits the deck, guarded by Kyle Smith, drops in the 2. That's his second bucket of the night. He is 4. 15-12.
Everything I've seen from that kid on watching him online or in person, he's going to be the next best one. This is a senior-laden team, but the freshman's super skilled.
Lamar Johnson, a great move inside, but just a touch strong off the back of the iron. And back in transition, a 3 on the near side corner. Boom. That one knocked down by Payson Nieder, the 41% 3 shooter on the season. Makes his first bucket, a big one right there, 18-12.
And the biggest thing about that was a quick release.
And a timeout on the floor taken by head coach Mike Apple as the Bobcats will be on offense when we come back. It's a 6-point game on KFJB-TV.
Hey Bobcat Nation, this is Arian Hancock and you're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
Welcome back to Linn-Mar High School. Brandon Lewis, Dylan Dose alongside me. Dylan, we are celebrating 5 years together, and I just thought that we would put this out for everyone. Some of our highlights, I started calling with Ken Hughey back in 2019. Then the next year you were hired. Our first game, it was a thrashing. Mason City ran all over us. One of the Hobarts, right, the quarterback?
Yep, 4 of them. Four,
yeah. Dylan was a pastor for my wedding. We were first place 2022 small market TV play-by-play, and there you look at some of our favorite memories down the road. Paula Abdul reference leads the way.
Oh, that foul ball looked like it was coming right from my face.
Yeah, that was a highlight for me that I put on there last summer. You ducking even though the fence stopped that foul ball. You filling in for me in the post game when my wife was in labor and we were heading to the hospital. There's been almost too many for us to count over the years.
That's right. Another shot clock violation. This is what I talked about, break to make, because in the half court, you see it there, the length there of Linn-Mar created a ton of issues. When you're able to help off with a 6'5" and above, that really is difficult to score in that half court.
18-12, Lions with the basketball back. Kern straight on three, and that is nothing but net.
And this is where you get a little bit. Bobcats were down 8 early, battled back, got some big buckets. But now that Kern got one at the free throw line, now he's got a 3. The senior, is he going to get going?
Top to Swartz, now to Gersma. And picked off. Gersma picked off, intended for Jacob Hayes. Kern will slam it down, and the and one will come. Wow.
And that's
running the floor as a big man.
Jacob Hayes tried to come across, but you've got to come down like you're chopping down a redwood when he's going. Otherwise, you kind of got to let him go.
That'll be the first foul of the night on Jacob Hayes. Kern at the line for the and one. It is good. 24-12 now. And this is that no man's land. Almost halfway through the second quarter. You need a bucket to respond. Pass tip. Lamar Johnson comes up with it. Gets it back to Gersman. Now to Kyle Smith up the near side into the front court. A little back and forth between Smith and Gersma. Now gets a screen for Lamar Johnson. Back to Kyle Smith. I don't think he was there for the screen in time for Kyle Smith to set up that play. Kyle Smith dribbles. It's Niedert off his feet. Now they drop it inside. Back to Lamar Johnson. Baseline. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gets him up in the air. Johnson tosses it up. No good.
Lamar's had a tough time around the hoop.
The Bobcats searching defensively as Linn-Mar running the floor. Kern with an offensive rebound. Put back. Lamar Johnson's going to pick up the foul. And that's the thing. Bobcats kind of scrambling defensively now as the Lions are really settling in. And they're just searching to make sure they get on guys. But right there, Kern with an excellent move inside, and Lamar Johnson picking up his second foul of the night.
And that comes down to sheer height advantage. Jamison did a great job of boxing him out, but at 6'1", that 6'9", he's able to erector set his arm over him without making contact through the back, and that makes it very difficult. You not only have to box him out, you have to box him out about 8 to 10 feet outside of the hoop.
Second free throw good. So Kern pure on both. And so far tonight,
Kern
he is 4 of 5 at the line.
Kern had 0 in that first quarter. He has 9 here in the second quarter. Bobcats are desperate need of a bucket.
26-12. Gersma drives down to the right block, pulls up, and almost rolls out, but it will fall in. Gersma with 4, 26-14. 3:20 to go, second quarter. Kern picks up his dribble just outside the free throw line. Gets it back to the top of the key to Payson Niedert. Niedert kicks out. Right, drives. And finds the big man Tyler Hilton, the freshman. And he's bumped inside. The foul's going to come in on Kyle Smith. That is his second foul of the night as this sends Tyler Hilton, a 69% free throw shooter, to the line.
they put you on roller skates because everybody can shoot when they go out to the wings. Wright's very good off the bounce, and so they get you going side to side, and you're in recovery mode the whole time, and it caused Kyle to pick up a foul there.
First one good, second one to come, and this one will also be good for Tyler Hilton. 28-14. 2-touchdown lead now for the Lions. Ursma gets the feed from Hayes. Pulls up three. That's going to be too strong off the back of the iron, but Niehaus with a nice rebound and now throws it away. Looking for Kyle Smith. Here's Niedert all the way. Layup is good.
You cannot be that sloppy with the basketball on cross court there. Cannot be that sloppy.
Niedert's got 5, and it's now 30-14. And Kyle Smith, Gersma swings it to Lamar Johnson. A little high and too hot to handle for Lamar Johnson. Turnover catch as that one goes into the Lion bench. And with 2:39 to go before halftime, Lions have the basketball back with a packed house here tonight at Linn-Mar High School.
Yeah, Lamar's bringing his usual Lamar energy, but just can't quite let that one get through his hands. Hasn't been able to finish around the rim here tonight, unlike what he was able to do in Mason City. Again, that's a big size thing when it's 6'8", 6'9", beating on you. Yep.
Way out three. Niedert, now he's feeling it. 2 threes in this second quarter.
That looked good the moment it went off his hands. That thing was a missile reaching its destination.
Kyle Smith to answer that one off the back of the iron. Right with the rebound. He's looking up court. Finds Niedert again, and why not? 3 is no good this time. Hayes trying for the rebound. It's knocked out of bounds. They say Hayes last to touch it out of bounds, but it looked like the big man, Davis Kern, reached over top, possibly poking that one away from him, but it will stay with the Lions, baseline left side. Coach Apple giving the difference in height there with his hands to the official. Kern inside the paint, no good off the right side, but a rebound. Hilton rips it away and puts it back for 2.
And that's what worries you about Hilton. He's bouncy, he's big around the hoop, and he's got a nice touch.
Hayes, right wing, finds Lamar Johnson on the baseline, and that one will go. And Lamar Johnson finds his first bucket of the night, 35-16. Now to answer, Hilton blows by, hangs on the rack as he drops it in, 37-16.
No one was there. He hung right on the rim, and they allowed it. He wasn't.
Niehaus, left wing.
Tonight isn't a differential of effort. It is a differential of size.
Yeah, that is for sure. I mean, how many high school teams in the state of Iowa? 6'9", 6'4", 6'1",
6'7",
6'7". Yeah.
So, and this is the difference between it. There is not a plotter among them. There's no ox out there. They're gazelles. These are athletes that can play around the perimeter on the post.
Yep. Tall and can run. That's hard to stop on the basketball floor. Kyle Smith off the screen. That one's going to be off the mark on the right wing. And Kern, again, hauling in another rebound as he brings it up floor. Gets it to Wright. Now to Niedert. A way out NBA 3 is off the mark. But Wright gets the rebound. He goes inside. Almost traveled, but the Bobcats rip away the rebound as Kyle Smith, one of the best rebounders on the defensive side of the state. Number 3 in 4A. Averaging over 7 rebounds on the defensive end.
And you see the Bobcats just seem to be slowing down a little bit. They've got
good cut by Lamar Johnson. Has to extend it around, kind of a scoop and score past Kern as he stepped in. That one off the mark, and the Lions can play for the final shot here in the opening half of play with a 37-16 lead.
Bobcats were incredible in that first quarter. In the second quarter, Kern and Hilton started to get it going.
That's one thing about getting that first round bye. You know, that other team's got the game as Wright blows by the Cats. Shot is no good. Long distance shot by Kyle Smith will come up short. But anyway, you get that first round bye, and then you come out, that other team's already played a game in the week. Bobcats off to a great start, but We'll talk about adjustments coming up, but boy, that was an impressive second quarter by the Lions.
And you look at it, they're able to rotate in, bring people back in. Once Hilton got a taste of the bench, got to calm down, get back into the game, he got rolling. Once Kern got that free throw in, it seemed then he started to go, got that three, got the breakaway dunk and one, and Linn-Mar started to roll.
We'll finalize first half stats when we come back. We'll also get you scores and other playoff action around the state of Iowa. This is 4A Substate 4 second round action on KFJB-TV.
At Greg Young Automotive, we go the extra mile for our customers across Iowa. Why do customers choose us and keep coming back? Because our commitment to exceptional service and satisfaction never wavers. With our extensive network of dealerships throughout Iowa, we leverage unbeatable pricing and offer a better inventory selection than other dealerships. Visit any of our 6 locations across the state and experience the Greg Young difference, where we'll go the extra mile for you.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Life's buzzing with energy. From the delightfully routine, to the novel and exciting, to the truly uncharted. With all that life brings, it's easy to lose track of what powers all those moments, our health. At Mercy One, our caring doctors focus on just that, powering health, from the everyday to the extraordinary. So you're ready for what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
The Halftime Report, presented by Scouting America. Adventure on.
At the break, Bobcats trailed 37-16, and there you go. Frankie Long, Ellie Hughes made the trip to Linn-Mar.
You see a lot of the girls basketball team here. Maybe Frankie, I don't know what the rules are, but that 6'2" post presence over 3 blocks a game, I think we could use her.
I think she could challenge Kern tonight.
Yeah, we throw her at Kern, throw her at Hilton.
Be sure to hit the like button tonight and subscribe to KFJB-TV. It's all free. We appreciate the support tonight. Turn on those upcoming game alerts and don't miss any of the action on KFJB-TV.
Best part, you're not just stuck with highlights on YouTube. You got to watch the full game.
All right, let's break down the first half. Leading scorer for the Bobcats in that first half was Kyle Smith, 8 points. He had 2 big threes in the first quarter, but he struggled to consistently do that as the game has gone along, as he's been a focus of that Lion defense.
Neidhart's done a much better job of being in on him, running on top of, getting over top of screens. Early, he was allowing himself to get picked more, and Kyle had more opportunities. He caused 2 different shot clock violations with the ball in Kyle's hands.
Drake Gersman with 4 at the break, Lamar Johnson with 2, and Jacob Hayes had a really nice drive. He earned a couple free throws, knocked both of them down early on here tonight. Meanwhile, at the break for the Linn-Mar Lions, Payson Neidhart, he has 8 points at the break. He really got going along with a bunch of other Lions in that second quarter.
He pulled up from about 25 to 28 feet, and it looked good the moment out of his hands, and then he started looking for his shot. He was really good. Kern was really good. Hilton was good throughout. Eric Wright, I think, he did not score in that second quarter, but getting those 7 points early to really kind of jumpstart that game really helped the Lions.
I feel like I can feel confident. Jacob Hayes not quite put on a poster right there.
No.
I'm sure you were, though, in your day.
I have been. First time it ever happened was a freshman basketball tournament at Applington's Parkersburg. I went to set for a charge, and 1, 2, I never got touched. And so I looked up, and here he was jumping over me. The next week he would be scoring, I think he had 37 on somebody in varsity level. I was like, I didn't feel as bad. But he cleared. I don't know if you're dunked on if you never get touched. I was more dunked over.
Eric Wright was 7 for the Linn-Mar Lions. in that first half of action. Also heating up, Tyler Hilton. He has 10. 3 at the break for Mason Madsen, and Davis Kern held scoreless in the first quarter. He had all 9 of his points in the second quarter. 37-16, Bobcats trail at the break. This is Bobcat basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
When my kids come home from camp, they're so excited. They go on and on about all the activities they got to do.
My son loves to go fishing,
Cooking, photography, kayaking,
zip line, archery,
robotics, camping, oceanography,
swimming,
and radio.
He's got so many fun stories that he would share that we just wouldn't have otherwise.
Being involved in scouting, my boys have made lifelong friendships.
I would recommend putting your kids in scouting. It's a great way for them to learn skills while having fun.
Marshalltown Community School District announces that preschool sign-up is going on now for children who will be 4 on or before September 15th. Sign up early as spaces do fill up. Marshalltown's preschool program ensures every child has access to high-quality early education in a welcoming and supportive environment. The preschool program is tuition-free with no fees to sign up. Contact the preschool coordinator at 641-754-1000 for more information. You'll need proof of your child's age, address, and immunization records in order to sign up.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is sponsored by Assured Partners, power through partnership. Greg Young Chevrolet of Marshalltown. Drive with Greg Young and experience top auto service and selection. And Lennox Employees Credit Union, LennoxECU.com.
Welcome back to Linn-Mar High School. He's Dylan Does. I'm Brandon Lewis. Great to have you along with our coverage tonight in Class 4A, Substate 4. Other action tonight, Dylan, going on around the state. Valley, one of the top teams in 4A. They are currently beating Southeast Polk, who we saw earlier this year, 43-15. Also Johnston out to an early lead against Des Moines North, 14-11. Cedar Falls, who is one of the only 2 teams to beat this Linn-Mar team this year. They're up 21-13 on Iowa City High, and Ankeny is leading DCG 37-32 right now. Second half adjustments. What are you looking at for the Cats to get back into this one?
What I'm looking at, what they did so well before Jamison Niehaus picked up his second foul, is Kern didn't touch the basketball within about 12 feet. They've got to, again, get him up the court. Now, Linn-Mar has had him bring up the ball more to kind of eliminate that. On the offensive end, the Bobcats have missed at least 8 bunnies. They have missed in the lane quite a bit. I'd still like to see them look to shoot in transition and get a bucket early in the shot clock.
It is 37-16 at the break as both teams coming back out on the floor to get warmed up. It's around the corner as we continue with our halftime coverage at Linn-Mar High School on KFJB-TV.
Some say life is like a road trip. Is it a coincidence Scooter's Coffee is a drive-thru? We don't think so. Whether you need a coffee while you enjoy the view, to just get you through the long stretch, or to refuel between stops, Scooter's Coffee is there, brewing up delicious coffee, espresso blenders, smoothies, iced drinks, and more, with the convenience of a drive-thru so you can stay on the road and enjoy the ride. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooters in Marshalltown.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is sponsored by Marshalltown Area Chamber. Meet in Marshalltown.com. Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction. And McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, quality furniture for every room in your home.
Second round of Class 4A Substate 4 tonight. Waterloo West defeated Cedar Rapids, Washington on Monday night. They take on Dowling Catholic on the bottom side of the bracket tonight. Winner of that game takes on the winner of this game between second-ranked Linn-Mar and your Marshalltown Bobcats. That game will be on Tuesday of next week. 37-16 is our score at the break. Second half is next, right here on Your Home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown, and they are proud to support Marshalltown Bobcat Athletics. If you need a new recliner to relax in, or perhaps a new dining set for the whole family, shop McGregor's. They also have a good selection of luxurious sectional sofas. Score the mattress of your dreams with an assist from the McGregor's friendly and knowledgeable staff. You'll be the household MVP when you bring home the winning selection from McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown. Open 7 days a week.
Hey Bobcat Nation, this is Adam Boone. You're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
Head coach Mike Apple getting his team ready to go for the second half. In a big hole right now, 37-16. And starting off the second half, it will be Linn-Mar with the basketball. They'll now go left to right on your TV screen.
No Tyler Hilton in the starting line. Actually, there he is. I was wishing it.
Wright will control the basketball. They'll move it around the perimeter as we are underway in the second half. They'll drop it into Davis. No, that's Hilton. Turnaround jumper against Kyle Smith is good, as Hilton now has 12 points on the evening.
He's just a problem. That's a freshman right there. That's a freshman. He's got touch. It's not just, hey, I'm big. He had that drop step and putting a little 5-footer over top. That takes touch, and he's got it all in his bag.
Then promptly knocking away the pass on the far side. Bobcats will pass into Drake Gersma. Or to Niehaus, left wing. Kyle Smith off a screen. Fakes the three, gives it up to Gersma. Back to Kyle Smith. Kern pops out on him defensively. Trying to buy a little bit of room. Spin around, fadeaway jumper. Might have got a piece of that as Kern, I believe he did get a piece of that.
Yeah, he got a piece.
And it's going to be out of bounds of the baseline back to the Bobcats.
And that shows you Kyle had a nice step away on him. Was able to get Kern kind of reeling a little bit, but he was able to extend that arm and get just enough.
Lamar Johnson looking for somebody, gets it in finally to Niehaus. And a travel. Yeah, Niehaus, too many steps right there as he went down to the left block. That'll be a turnover, and it is back to Lions, 39-16.
And that'll be the big thing for Jamison going into his junior year. Right now, he's ready for the moment defensively. See if he can take those steps offensively to be more comfortable in the half-court set.
Kern way up top. Finds Hilton and a tie-up and a hold as they're going to call Kyle Smith for his third foul of the night.
That's just a tough matchup, especially if you're going to play from behind. It's very difficult at 6'4" for Kyle to play behind.
Kern gets the inbound. Gersma from behind picks his pocket. Bobcats force a much-needed turnover, but then Wright is right there on the spot. Pokes it away from Gersma out of bounds to the baseline. It will stay with the Cats, but boy, that's the thing. You see Nieder, you see Hilton, you see Kern, and then Wright's that kind of that X factor, that smaller guard, but he is on that defensive end. He's always ready to play. 4 assists, 3 rebounds per game to go along with his 8 points. Inbound knocked away again. It will still remain with the Cats.
And that's where you got I only heard Wolf yelled from the bench. That's if you're on the court, you've got to let Drake know somebody's behind you. And I think that's a little bit of this team. They're more show you by example than by voice. Somebody's got to be vocal out there.
Gersma over to Hayes, left wing. Niehaus feeds over to Lamar Johnson, back to Hayes. He'll take the three, and that one is pure. Much needed three. Jacob Hayes, his first of the night. He has 5, 39-19.
And this is where you've got to be a willing shooter. Jacob is a very capable shooter.
Wright drops it into Kern. Double team, pushes through, and a travel before it all happened. Kern with the turnover as he is surprised by that call right there.
As am I. As am I.
That's not like you, Dylan.
No, I'll take it. I'm happy to have it. I was just surprised by it.
Lamar Johnson feeds to Niehaus. Niehaus travel again. That was a carry. And another turnover on the Cats. That's one thing you cannot do against this good of an opponent. They'll make you pay every time.
I think that's Jamison's 4th turnover tonight. It's just he's not used to having the ball in his hands to play make. He's usually a screener, passer, but he's had opportunity to have the hand to play make and just hasn't been able to accomplish it.
Give and go, down to Kern, and a hold. Gersma's going to pick up the foul this time, and that will send Kern to the free throw line. They're going to count that bucket as well. And so it's an and one, 41-19, 11 points for Kern at the and one.
And that's one that Drake was looking to make the strip, but you got to body him up. You got to play straight up as much as you possibly can.
Kern for the second time tonight completes the and one. Gersma finds Niehaus over the timeline. Spins around back to Gersma. Red and blue go down the right side with Gersma. Pulls up and falls off the front of the iron, but it's right back to Gersma. Extra feed to Lamar Johnson. Misses. Tip back is no good by Gersma, but it is knocked out of bounds as Mason Madsen was the last to touch that one. But, man, the rim has not been friendly on the road here tonight for the Cats.
We have missed almost 10 bunnies at the rim.
Niehaus inbound. Oh, we needed to see that rainbow three. Come on. Kyle Smith, floater in the paint is good. We haven't seen that floater three from Niehaus in a while.
No, we have not. But right there is the difference between Kyle Smith as a sophomore and a junior on the offensive end. He just has more in his bag.
10 for Kyle Smith, and Kern answers for a long two. 44-21 as we approach 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
And when you can extend and shoot it that high release, it's really just a pest around your waist. No one's really affecting your shot.
Off a screen, Kyle Smith at the top. Gives a head bob and a fake. Spin move at the free throw line. Picks up his dribble. Feeds back. Three from Jacob Hayes off the left side of the iron. Rebound hauled in by Madsen. And he'll bring it up into the front court. Double team finds Kern. Kern with Hayes guarding on him. Pushes his way to the free throw line. Takes a long jumper, and Hayes going to pick up his second foul of the night. 4th team foul with 4:32 to go in third quarter.
You know, when you're playing a guy like that, you just have to grab your helmet, strap on the chin strap, and know you're going to get bumped. You got to be physical.
Kern has been pretty clutch at the free throw line tonight. He's only missed once.
And the other thing is when you get this size, there is no opportunity for hack-a-shack. They shoot it well everywhere.
Yep.
And he's going to make you pay.
7 of 8 at the free throw line as he makes the second free throw.
You got to be quicker with
Bobcats get it over. The 10-second line. Lamar Johnson drives, kicks to Hayes. Now to Niehaus, left wing. And out of Gersma. Kyle Smith buys a little room. Three. That one is buried home. And that will be his third three of the night. 5 points in the third quarter and a timeout after the made three by Marshalltown. 46-24. Linn-Mar, second ranked in 4A with the lead on KFJB-TV.
Auto loans at Lennox Employees Credit Union are not just for cars. If you are looking to purchase a new or used motorcycle, boat, snowmobile, or other recreational vehicle, look no further. Lennox Employees Credit Union has low loan rates, and the loan process is so easy. Visit lennoxecu.com for rates and membership eligibility information, or go to 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown to visit with one of our loan officers. Lennox Employees Credit Union, member NCUA.
Head coach Mike Apple in his 7th year, leading the Marshalltown Bobcats out of the Iowa Lions, matching up with Linn-Mar, second ranked in 4A out of Mississippi Valley. They were 14-0 in conference play, regular season champs. A year ago, they were 16-7, but right now they've rattled off 13 wins in a row. This is a team that is top 5 in the state in points per game. free throw percentage, assists per game, blocks per game. That is a recipe for a state title team.
Well, you look at the only team ahead of them, Cedar Falls, beat them soundly before Christmas, but Linn-Mar then came back and beat them by 8 here.
Inside to Kern, out of the timeout, it's good for 2. And Kern with 18 on the night. Boy, he is a tough guard by anybody.
Yeah, and
I don't care if you're the same height.
Oh, yeah, he can move, he can score it in the post, mid-range, and from 3.
3 seconds in the paint on Jacob Hayes. Turnover on the Bobcats. Kyle Smith was setting up for an open 3 as it's 48-24.
And you've got to have that clock going in your brain. And, you know, it might have been a little bit of a bobble on the handle, but you've got to know and get out of there.
Hilton, near side corner, gets it to Kern. Kern goes through and splits 2 defenders on his way. He has 20.
And Kern's figured out with not bringing a double anymore, not being able to because he's going quickly, he is just starting to abuse that 6'1 defender.
Right almost with a steal on Gersma. Gersma gets to the free throw line, picks it up. Lamar Johnson cuts in. Kern blocks his shot.
Lamar needed to go up right away with that because once he waited, Kern just stood up.
Carson Rains, Max Robertson checks back in for the Lions. Bobcat basketball, baseline right side, inbound to Niehaus. Niehaus looking for something as they're trying to post up Gersma inside. Now the right high post, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Shot goes in and out, no good. Adam Boone's going to get off the pitch and check in on the next dead ball as the Lions are into the front court. Kern gets the feed left wing, look for the 3, the extra pass. Now a drive baseline, kick out right wing, and Niedert off the mark right there. Is that one going to be knocked out of bounds? It'll be Linn-Mar basketball as Jacob Hayes the last to touch that one. Adam Boone will check in as he replaces Jamison Niehaus.
Yeah, you're going to have another shooter on the court, and it will have Jacob Hayes switch over to Kern.
2:38 to go, third quarter, timeout. Lions 50-24. Bobcats trail on the road.
Legends American Grill is the perfect place to watch your favorite team. Enjoy wings, nachos, steaks, and prime rib available on Friday and Saturday nights. It's game on for great food and your favorite drink to wash it down. You like burgers? Legends has fantastic, unique burger creations like this. The Legends Burger. Absolutely delicious. Gather with friends, enjoy your favorite team's games with the NFL Sunday Ticket, and make some memories. Legends American Grill in Marshalltown and our new Newton location, where the game is always on.
Hey, I'm Linn-Mar Johnson. This is KFJB-TV.
Well, big shout out to Jeremy Fox watching back in Marshalltown tonight. He said, let's go Brandon Lewis and Dylan Dose. You guys are awesome. We appreciate the kind comments. Got a nice comment from the Linn-Mar coaching staff before the game here tonight, so we appreciate the support of what we do here on KFJB-TV. Out of the timeout, an inside pop into Mason Matson. Turnaround, hit the deck. Shot was no good. But the foul's going to come in, his third of the night on Lamar Johnson. So at the line, Mason Matson here tonight. This will be his second trip to the line. Last time he went 1 of 2 at the line.
So one of the things you look at Matson here, which is interesting with this team, Coach talked about how unselfish they are, and you really don't see any selfishness out on the court. It did affect them in one loss, just where they went away from Kern. Kern almost wasn't selfish enough, but there's just a lot of things to like about this team.
Matson splits him at the line. He's 2 for 4 at the stripe. Lamar Johnson almost loses the basketball, gathers it back in, looking for somebody. Gersma cuts back door, wide open down to the right block. It's good for 2. Gersma with 6 tonight, 51-26, as we approach 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
That's just really good basketball.
Extra pass to Rains. Rains drives in, and boy, he finds some space. That is his first point of the night. 53-26.
Rains, the sophomore, I have liked what I've seen from him. He's very good at getting it off the bounce.
Hayes misses the 3, follows his shot, feeds to Kyle Smith. Free throw line jumper is no good, and a ball kicked out of bounds as that's lost by Matson. It's back to Marshalltown with 1:47 to go, third quarter.
Bobcats have been really good in the first and third quarter. It was that second quarter 25-point defensive effort where Kern and Hilton both got going along with Neidert as well.
Gersma, right wing, over to Kyle Smith. Little juke action right there, and now he's going to drive on Neidert. And a pass picked off, but Linn-Mar Johnson gathers it in, off his shoe, turned over. Here's Kern, and he slams it home.
Yep.
And that's going to be a technical for hanging on the rim for too long.
It should have been a technical on Hilton earlier in the game because nobody's underneath. It's nobody's underneath.
Coach Apple talking with the official as the free throw's coming here. And Kyle Smith comes up short. Best free throw shooter on the team at 78% right there as the student section was going crazy. First trip to the line tonight for Kyle Smith.
And Coach Apple's talking about that Hilton dunk earlier in the ball game.
Second free throw is good for Kyle Smith, 55-27.
You see the dunk right there. He clearly hung on. And you may not see that as much in the NBA and stuff where it is, but high school where those type of things are called much more tightly.
Kind of a taunting
it's an easy technical to call.
Bobcats with the basketball out of the two technical free throws. Drop it in. Linn-Mar Johnson gets Kern off of his feet. Shot is no good. Kern with the rebound. Outlets it to Matson. Matson up the near side of the right wing. Back to Kern, they'll leave it. Now Kern gets it back. Three. That one off the right side of the iron as Kyle Smith hauls in the rebound. Under a minute to go, third quarter.
Bobcats having their best offensive quarter so far with 11.
Adam Boone not able to knock down that three. He's three-point specialist off the bench for the Bobcats, but just missing the mark right there.
But you just like having him out there as another opportunity for a good shooter, and he had no hesitation on that.
That's one thing. Lacks zero confidence, you know.
Right.
Pretty good golfer as well, too, Dylan.
He's a better golfer than I am, for sure.
Many people are. 55-27. Left wing knifing in. A dish.
Yep.
And Kern slams that one home quickly this time. 57-27. 30-point lead. Kyle Smith at the buzzer gets it to go. As that will be his fourth three. One of the best three-point shooters in the state with a much-needed bucket. It is a 27-point lead as we head to the fourth at Linn-Mar High School on KFJB-TV.
Make the equity in your home work for you with the home equity loan from Lennox Employees Credit Union. Crush high-interest credit card debt and make needed improvements to your home. You have the power to refinance and change your financial life. With the lower interest rate, repayment is more comfortable than paying those high credit card interest rates. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com.
$57-30, end of the third quarter in Class 4A. Substate 4 is Kern that last dunk. He's been putting on a show here tonight as he has 24 points to lead Linn-Mar as they have a 27-point lead heading to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you look at that back-to-back 20-plus point quarters for Linn-Mar. They can just score the basketball. And Kyle Smith was great, but and we had our best offensive quarter, 14 points. But you have to be in that 20 range to keep up with Linn-Mar, and we just don't have that type of offensive power.
Kyle Smith has been good tonight, though. 17 points for him. As the Bobcats will begin the fourth with the basketball. Arian Hancock, first sighting here tonight. Off a screen, Kyle Smith, three off the front of the iron, no good. Linn-Mar with a travel almost. Kyle Smith picks off his pocket. He'll take it inside against Kern. Dumps it off to Niehaus. Three, Rainbow. It's good, but it's a two. Marked a two by the near side official, 57-32.
His toe was on the line. You could see it. It was a good call by the official there.
Niehaus, once he gets that confidence up on the offensive side, he's going to be kind of that X factor from long distance.
Yeah,
We've seen him make that quite a few times this year. Right, baseline drive. Kicks it out left wing. 3 off the mark for Max Robertson. Linn-Mar comes away with it. I don't know what that was. A scoop by Nieder. Somehow he's able to find it for the bucket as he missed the underneath shot and gets his putback to go, 59-32. Give and go to Lamar Johnson. And there's a man bucket for the senior. 4 for Lamar Johnson.
Lamar is the most used senior that won't be here next year, but man alive has he been fun to watch.
Hancock with a hand in the face of Kern. He missed. Now Kyle Smith, boom, rattles it home. That's a big one right there. And a timeout by head coach Mike Apple after the rattled in 3 for Kyle Smith. It is 59-37, fourth quarter, 6.5 minutes to go on KFJB-TV.
At Greg Young Automotive, we're more than just a dealership. We're a part of your community. We believe in transparent pricing with no hidden tricks or gimmicks. Just honest deals you can trust. Our commitment to fair pricing and supporting our local communities is why so many choose us. Greg Young Automotive, where integrity drives us and you home. Visit any of our 6 locations across the state and experience the Greg Young difference, where we'll go the extra mile for you.
I'm Will Swartz. You're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
Welcome back to Linn-Mar High School. Brandon Lewis, Dylan Doze alongside me. David Braga, our producer tonight, as Keith Stewart, Lakin Eastman on camera coverage. And last shot there, as head coach Mike Apple called that timeout, a made 3 from the right wing by Kyle Smith. Bobcats 7-2 run to begin the fourth.
And Nieder's gotten a little bit lazier on defense, not staying up in his airspace.
Right, finds Kern, open for the 3, pops in and out. But a rebound by Hilton. Oh, Gersma with a great block attempt from behind. But it sends Hilton to the line, and we hear some Bobcat faithful behind us booing that call right there.
I'd want to see it again. He may have got him on the wrist, but that looked...
Yeah, on the right hand,
yeah.
got him. Yep. Good shot there by our very own Keith Stewart as Hilton at the line makes the first free throw.
I showed some personal growth there. I
Good job.
waited for the replay.
It's only taken you 5 years.
And it will regress by the time next year starts.
60-37. And the second one is good. So 4 for 4 tonight for Hilton at the free throw line. 61-37. 6 minutes to go. Lamar Johnson over the timeline. Dribbles in. And right past everybody. He loses the Linn-Mar defense. And Lamar Johnson, that heart, hustle, and muscle showing here tonight with 6. And now Kern wide open. And he quickly slams it home again.
Jamison Niehaus was not really, just kind of let him be behind him.
And a charge called on Jacob Hayes. Boy, Mason Matson sold that one right there as Jacob Hayes going to pick up his 3rd foul of the night.
It's ridiculous. Yeah,
You've regressed quickly.
I have. I told you I would. I wasn't lying. I know who I am.
63-39 as Linn-Mar with the basketball. Right, finds Kern. And his 3 again off the mark. He's missed a ton here in the second half from long distance. He has not missed a dunk, though.
No.
Hilton gets the feed inside, kicks it to right, near side, drives free throw line jumper, rattles it home, gets the friendly roll. A light night, 7 in the first half. That's his first bucket of the second half with 9 for Wright.
What I love about Wright, he's quick off the bounce, makes an immediate decision. He's strong with the basketball, can lift and finish around the rim.
Kyle Smith off a 3. 3 pops in and out as you got that screen on the far side. And we're approaching the midway point of the fourth. Inside to Kern, double team, turnaround against Niehaus, no good. Hilton with the rebound, and he'll push in, and he uses a glass for 2.
That was as much of a shoulder drop as the call right before that. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous.
Gersma, spin move, free throw line jumper, can't connect. And Wright steals away the rebound for Linn-Mar Johnson. He'll take it, runs the floor, coast to coast, it's good. Boy, just as Wright is not as involved, boom, right out of the gate, he runs the floor and makes the Cats pay with 2 quick buckets here in the fourth. Nieder guarding on Kyle Smith, feeds to Gersma, baseline floater, no good, and touched on the hand by Hilton. That will send Gersma to line for 2 free throws.
There's a lot of things to like tonight, and it really comes around the rim. The length and the size of the Lions just has been too much for the Bobcats, but I feel like they've attacked the rim well. They just have not been able to finish there.
Gersma at the stripe for 2. First trip to line tonight, 50% free throw shooter, and he knocks in the first one. But Gersma's game overall, I know his shooting percentage just at 50 from the line, 21 from 3-point territory, but his shot has just been coming together as the season's gone along.
His decision-making's got exponentially better. Just everything that he's done, and he's retained that dog, like I belong here. He's the verbal leader on the court. I think the backcourt of Kyle Smith and Drake Gersma, as a senior for Kyle, a junior for Drake's going to be something special.
Both free throws good for Gersma, 69-41. Lions drive inside, and Nieder blows by the Bobcat defense for 2. He has 12 tonight. As we approach 3.5 minutes to go inside Linn-Mar High School. Gersma, kick, drive. Great bucket inside by Linn-Mar Johnson.
And Linn-Mar does a great job of getting his body in there, getting it between the chests, getting some space, and a little hook shot over his left shoulder.
71-43. Matson drives to the far side, finds Kern, left high post, tries to go over top, but it's picked away. Kyle Smith comes up with a steal. Adam Boone holding his hand up on the near side. He's wide open. Gersma finally finds him late. Boone will step in, feeds it back to Gersma, underhand flip to Linn-Mar Johnson. Johnson back to Gersma, open for the 3, just off the mark. And a rebound, beat out. Matson hauls it away, steal it away from Kyle Smith. And a lob, no good to Hilton. It's out of bounds, and it will be back to the Bobcats. 71-43, 2:41 to go. And actually, last touch by the Bobcats.
It was last touch. I thought they were going to go alley-oop to Kern. They had a better version of an alley-oop to Kern, but tried to go Hilton on the far side.
Kern is going to check out, as well as some of the other starters in the matchup, as we see reserves, as Tyler Hilton will step out. Kyle Smith will come out of the game. And we're not ready to play just yet. Bobcats still getting their substitutions figured out here.
It's an all-senior lineup out there right now.
Linn-Mar Johnson, Will Swartz, Dom Kluwer, Aaron Hancock, Adam Boone. Hilton blocked by Will Swartz. Foul going to be called, but Swartz got a piece of that.
That's tough. That's tough. That's tough.
Hilton at the line for 2. And he's 5 of 5 from the stripe tonight. I like it. Play on.
That's a block.
Let's play on.
I wish Hilton wouldn't made me look smart, but he's been magical here tonight as he's got 18.
And now Hilton will check out after the made free throw. 2:36 to go, fourth quarter. 30-point game, but boy, I tell you what, Bobcats really came to fight here tonight.
Yeah. They can hold their head up pretty high.
Yeah, that is for sure. And a travel, and with that, we'll take a quick timeout. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
While we were away, McLean Felber makes a bucket, the senior, with a 2-point bucket and a steal and a take and a putback now. Brody.
Good luck.
Oberbrockling. I asked Coach Chris Robertson for pronunciation, so it's Oberbrockling. And now Linn-Mar Johnson gets it a tie-up. Right wing, it's a jump ball possession arrow with the Lions. 1:38 to go in our game here as Class 4A Substate 4 second round. The final will be Linn-Mar and the winner of the bottom side of the bracket, Dowling Catholic and Waterloo West next week on Tuesday. 3 from long distance. Caleb pours it in as a senior gets a playoff bucket.
That's a big deal. You love to see that as senior getting a chance for the opportunity to score in postseason play.
Linn-Mar Johnson to the free throw line, drives down the right side. Linn-Mar Johnson with another tough bucket right there. He has 10 for the Cats.
And that was Linn-Mar finally got into the rhythm with the feel because he missed some bunnies early, ending really strong. They can shoot it.
They can. Garrett Bauermeister with the right wing 3 is good, 83-45.
This is end of the bench has come out and hit some big shots.
Linn-Mar Johnson. Hey! The bank is open for Linn-Mar.
Linn-Mar has never hit a 3. And here we go. Linn-Mar with an 11-point fourth quarter.
Love to see it for Linn-Mar. He's such a great kid. Just a tremendous human being, and he will do great things in his life. There's no doubt about it.
And I love that in Linn-Mar fashion. If he would have just swished that, it wouldn't have meant as much. Because he has never, maybe tried 1 or 2 in his career.
And he banks it home. And it looks like it's going to be the last bucket of the night. That will do it. 83-48. Looks a little more lopsided than when we started. 12-8. Bobcats trailed after that first quarter, but a great effort here tonight by the Marshalltown Bobcats.
Yeah, the Bobcats put it out there. This Linn-Mar team very well. You're going to see them on TV down at State. It's not just going to be a first-round team, in my opinion. This team can do a bit of everything, can shoot it across the board, incredibly long, good on the offensive glass, good defensively. But the Bobcats came to play. They didn't back down. They got down 8 early, was able to fight back into it. It's just too much Linn-Mar.
Coming up, it is our locker room report as all presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown. We'll name our player of the game. We'll recap this one and talk to head coach Mike Apple. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown, and they are proud to support Marshalltown Bobcat Athletics. If you need a new recliner to relax in, or perhaps a new dining set for the whole family, shop McGregor's. They also have a good selection of luxurious sectional sofas. Score the mattress of your dreams with an assist from the McGregor's friendly and knowledgeable staff. You'll be the household MVP when you bring home the winning selection from McGregor's Furniture and Mattress downtown Marshalltown. Open 7 days a week.
YMCC, competitive athletics, affordable tuition, on-campus living, online courses plus 2 campus locations, unique programs, career training, small classes, short-term hands-on training. Choose MCC.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Raina Lewis, Dylan O's alongside me. You see Jacob Hayes and Aaron Hancock posing. There is, I know Jacob kind of instrumental in getting Aaron Hancock out and his parents right there. And just, a tough loss here tonight as the Cats fall 83-48. But at times this year, the Bobcats struggled, but in their 2 postseason games against Mason City, a win on Monday night, 62-59, and then tonight, final score looks a little more lopsided than it was, but boy, phenomenal effort. And if we see this kind of effort next season, this is a team that's going to really challenge in the Iowa Alliance North.
I think so. It really, you get that more mature backcourt. You're going to get Zane Moore back, where the Bobcats are going to have to figure out, and this is kind of my thought. I feel like Jamison Niehaus will slide into that Linn-Mar Johnson role, and you need someone like Zane Moore to slide into the Jamison Niehaus role, and then somehow, some way, you've got to find a bigger body on the glass. I think there'll be enough shooting. I think the Bobcats have a chance with effort and skill to be on the top half, be a above 500 team, but big loss tonight, but it was a big effort, which, you put it all out on the line. You can't control any more than that.
No, that is for sure. Leading scorer tonight, Kyle Smith. He finishes with 20 as Kyle made 5 made threes here tonight. That brings his season total to 71. So 77 a year ago, made threes, 71 this year. Senior year, he's going to try to follow that up with an even better performance. But when he's on, and he shines in those big moments against big level opponents.
And one of the reasons why, yes, he didn't make as many threes last year, but he had more to his repertoire. He didn't just have to shoot threes. He was good off the bounce, good in the mid-range. I just see his game growing more and more and more. I'd really love to see. He went from about 12 points a game to almost 18 points a game. And I see another jump. It might be in that 22, 23 point, but he's just scratching the surface of how good he can be.
Big night for Linn-Mar Johnson as well. Yep. 13. He banked in that 3 at the end of the game. That was a great moment to see.
Well, and he just had a big smile. He didn't try to play it cool. He knew, oh, yeah, there's that big. He's got a great smile anyways, but that big smile for Linn-Mar, that's fantastic.
That is good to see. 5 tonight for Jacob Hayes, 8 for Drake Gersma, and 1 bucket for Jamison Niehaus. Meanwhile, on the other side for the Linn-Mar Lions, second-ranked Davis Curran here tonight put on a show. He finishes with 24.
And 0 in that first quarter.
Yeah.
And that's once he got rolling, got the free throw, got the 3, got the dunk, and then Bobcats defense, they didn't get to the double. They couldn't keep him off the block, and it was just a matter of time from them. And then Tyler Hilton was really good as well.
Yeah, 18 for him tonight, and he's only a freshman.
Yeah, and that's the big thing with this Linn-Mar team. You look at a couple pieces for them is Carson Rain's got some play. He's a sophomore, but beyond that, they're rolling a pretty high – they're seniors across the board. So Hilton is the future of this Lions team, and doggone it, he's pretty good presence as well.
Eric Wright, the senior guard, finishes with 11. Payson Nieder, he finishes with 12. It was kind of odd to see because he had 2 big threes, like NBA long-distance threes, but he didn't have a whole lot the rest of the night, but he didn't really have to do a whole lot.
No, he didn't. He was happy enough to do whatever. He got going on a couple of those pieces, especially in that huge 25-point quarter in the second. He got the comfortable lead, and then he just was facilitating and decided, I'm going to try to lock down Kyle Smith. He wasn't able to lock him down, but he made it difficult.
When we come back, we'll name our player of the game, all brought to you by Opa Grill in Marshalltown. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Back in on the Locker Room Reports as
Niehaus and Gersma right there.
Yeah, I was just going to say Drake Gersma's dad there on the left, and he knows His son, only a sophomore this year, he's got more, even better days ahead of him.
Yeah, he definitely does. You look back there, Jacob Smith back there as well, a former Bobcat point guard. Very, very good. Played with Luke Apple and that team. But, yeah, you look at both those dads, proud of their sophomores, know that the best is yet to come. Bobcats lose by 35, but man alive,
just
you could get beat by 55 by this team if you don't come ready to play.
Oh, yeah. Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it could have. And they've beat some really good teams by this score and more.
Yeah. Time for our player of the game, all presented by Opa Grill of Marshalltown. Greek and traditional favorites. All you have to say is
Opa.
And our player of the game, well, he made 5 threes tonight, finishes with 20 points. Kyle Smith, the junior guard, our player of the night. Big-time players come to shine in those big-time moments, and he definitely came here tonight.
Yeah, he was able to shoot it off the pass, off his screens. He was able to get it off the bounce. He really competed at every level. He never stops moving. He is always moving on the offensive end. He got the tough matchup on the defensive end of Tyler Hilton, where his slender build just is not meant for the post in defensive situations.
That is our player of the game, and again, it is Kyle Smith. He receives a $25 gift certificate to the Opa Grill in Marshalltown. We're back with the locker room report as we continue our post-game chat with head coach Mike Apple coming up around the corner. This is Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
What does OPA mean? OPA means joy, enthusiasm, and approval. And when you dine at OPA Grill in Marshalltown, you'll understand why. With their made-to-order pastas, soups, and salads made daily with the freshest ingredients. Favorites include chicken parmesan pan-fried to perfection, fresh and light chicken lemon rice soup, and their signature OPA salad topped with seasoned gyro meat. OPA Grill Family Restaurant in Marshalltown, where you can dine in or drive through. All you have to say is OPA!
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown.
Welcome back into the Locker Room Report here on KFJB-TV. Well, Dylan, we don't have a next game coming up. Our 5th year together.
Yep.
A somber end, but I tell you what, this was definitely a heck of a way to go out to just see the Bobcats really show up and play a really competitive game here for the first 3 quarters especially.
Yeah, they really did a nice job. I thought they really came down to that second quarter, just Linn-Mar did Linn-Mar things. But I'm excited to look forward to seasons moving forward. Really enjoyed it. It's been a good 5 years. We might as well run it back for year number 6.
Might as well.
I'm also excited to watch Linn-Mar. I would like to see what they look like down at the well, because if it's Waterloo West or it's Dowling, I don't see the matchup with either of those teams that keeps this team out of Des Moines. This is a really good basketball team that I would anticipate after 12 years of not making it to postseason play after they made it to state, I think like 8 years in a row. This team has to be headed back to Des Moines.
All right, Dylan, I wanted to do this during the game, but we didn't have enough time to get to it. I wanted to surprise you, because we always talk about some of the greatest players that we have seen. So roll it, David. Our totally unbiased top 10 players that we have broadcast. Yep. Maybe we can add Davis Kern to a list someday. But what do you think? Are you disputing the top 10?
So you have Sanford higher than Peyton? No, you're right. The only thing
Bryce
I would
Sanford's
say,
number 4.
You're right. You're right.
All right.
The only thing I would love to see Drake Capeyu on here, but I can't argue with any of those.
Okay.
Cade Kelderman backed us down with his left hand way too many times. That's a good one. That's a good one. I think Price Sanford, I have him tied with Taman just because I saw Price score 40-plus on us twice.
But Armani, all-time leading scorer in Bobcat history. Yep. We saw him rise to the occasion. All right, roll the next 5 because there's your boy, Drake Capeyu. We got him in there as well.
Good.
You know, we love Drake. Yeah. He was such a great defender as well. Yeah. But our all-time favorite lefty, J.J. Cole, had to get him on there. Chase Henderson's out at Montana. I saw Jack McCaffrey. I don't think you did.
I did. I got him.
It was a preseason
They did a preseason, and we lost late.
I couldn't remember if you were there or not.
But I will say Trey Campbell is killing it at UNI.
He is.
Absolutely. And and I can't off the top of my head remember who Ankeny's men's head coach was. The fact J.J. Cole came off the bench is why they should never win anything. He was by far he 75 times better than Crandall.
Yeah.
I don't care if Crandall's watching or not. J.J. Cole was he was one of the better low post offensive players. Every time Cole got taken off the bench, Marshalltown would struggle. They put him back on the bench. Marshalltown would surge. So whoever's coaching over there, you did J.J. dirty.
That is for sure. Yeah, he's probably number one on our list of favorite opponents that we love seeing him play.
And I also love they had a point guard, Carson Johnson, who started all 4 years, looked 11 the whole time, but he was a baby-face assassin that could shoot it.
Much like our very own baby-face David Braga over to
That's
our
right.
left.
Who's less baby-face, but he's watched Dumb and Dumber now, so
true.
We're very excited.
We are broadening his horizon one movie at a time.
And I know, America, as you're watching, you're like, someone didn't watch Dumb and Dumber. Yes, he kept telling us how he hadn't watched it.
It's true.
And so we gave him homework, and he accomplished it. He was able to watch Dumb and Dumber last week, and we talked about all the wonderful quotes from Dumb and Dumber on the trip over here to Linn-Mar.
Well, the big man's finally coming, so we're going to take a time out, and when we come back, we will chat with head coach Mike Apple. You're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social for date night, family fun, or the company party with plenty of space for everyone. Visit Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to start planning your group outing at Wayward Social, the place for fun.
Whether a ref makes a bad call or it's opposing players or fans trying to get us out of our element, that our ultimate goal is to win, and doing things that are unsportsmanlike aren't going to get us any closer to that goal.
Because in life, many things will not go your way, and by learning now to hold your head up high when defeated and stay humble after a victory will better influence your life for the years to come.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is sponsored by Marshalltown Area Chamber. Meet in Marshalltown.com. Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction. And McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, quality furniture for every room in your home.
Welcome back into the Locker Room Report, all brought to you by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown. Time for a post-game chat with Coach, all brought to you by Laurel Diesel Services, your locally owned, qualified diesel mechanics. Coach, between Monday night and tonight, the effort, the intensity, the fast paced, I mean, this has to leave a good taste in your mouth. I know a disappointing loss here tonight, but the effort, I mean, the way your guys challenged, I mean, 12-8 after that first quarter, it was a heck of a start. And then Monday night, you factor that in as well. This is a team playing really good basketball and just showing the capability that this team has going forward.
Yeah, no, extremely proud of our guys' effort tonight. I mean, they really came in and executed kind of our game plan we wanted to, especially that first quarter. Took some things away from them, and you know, and for all 4 quarters, I thought our effort was great. I know we never hung our heads; we just kept battling, kept giving our good effort, kept playing the right way. So I'm really proud of just how we were, you know, how we not only started that game, but you know, when things went south, how we responded and just kept playing.
Yeah, and this is a team that in Linn-Mar, I mean, they They are a very good team. You can't replace height, that kind of thing. So to be able to battle and stay in there, keep that intensity up, says a lot about your team. But at the end of the day, I mean, Linn-Mar, what was your thoughts about seeing them in person here tonight?
They're a very talented team. I mean, they really are. They got size. They got guys that are able to shoot it. They play hard. They're able to rebound it extremely well with their size. And they have a focus of getting the ball inside to Kern and kind of adjusting from there what teams are going to do. And they're going to be a tough out. I mean, they really are. They're a very solid team, you know, and you know, they could definitely win it all.
Yeah, they've got that shooting off. You kick it out. And Kern, early, you talked about executing the game plan. Jamison Niehaus did such a good job at keeping him off the block, forcing him to take those 15-footers. Once Jamison picked up that second foul, it seemed like that's when Kern got going a little bit. And when you look at that gameplay, when you look at the way that kind of rolls, and you know, all right, the game is out of hand, you got to see in the fourth quarter an 11-point quarter from number 24, Linn-Mar Johnson. It was a biggest smile on his face. It just, what can you say about those 5 seniors on the floor as time went to 0?
Yes, you know, just extremely grateful, you know, for the opportunity to coach those 5 young men. They're just awesome. You know, they've you know, not necessarily. You know, none of them with necessarily the most talent in the world, but they have great attitudes. They're great teammates. They have great work ethic. They're very coachable. All the characteristics you want to build a program around, you know, for those younger guys to see, they resemble all those things. So, you know, I can't thank them enough for what they've done for us and this program. And you know, I can speak for all our coaches and our other, you know, juniors and sophomores and freshmen. We're gonna definitely miss those guys.
And Flip, real quick, talking about your backcourt for next year, I thought you look at the end of the season, Kyle and Drake just got better and better. I thought Drake came under control, played really well tonight. When you think of those two that will come back, what do you think of your backcourt for the future?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. You know, the most exciting thing for me is knowing between, you know, Drake, Kyle, even Jacob, those guys are going to put in the work.
Yep.
I mean, they're going to continue to work at their games to get better. They're in the gym all the time. I mean, they're going to work at it, and I have no doubt we're going to make strides from this season, this off season to end of next season. Just based on, number one, they got experience now playing at the varsity level. They know what they need to work on and improve on. And number two, it obviously takes putting in the work, and they're going to do that.
Yep.
Yeah, 77 made threes a year ago, 71 this year for Kyle Smith as he finishes the season. You're not going to find too many guys around the state of Iowa that are going to consistently be that effective from long distance.
We needed those 2 games that were canceled.
Yeah.
That is for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle's, you know, you don't find a shooter too often like him that has the ability to do that and do what he does. And he's like I just said and mentioned, where he's going to continue to work on it. He's going to continue to work on his body to get stronger. And you know, He was pretty disappointed in that locker room, as were a lot of guys. I mean, he loves to play. He doesn't want to be done playing. And, you know, he went into this game, and I think all of us with that belief of, obviously, we got to play to win, and we got to believe we can win. And after that first quarter, obviously it was close, but, you know, it got away from us. But I'm just proud of our guys for buying into a game plan and sticking and trying to execute it against a team like this. You know, we didn't necessarily roll over. We continued to play hard, and you know, that's all you can ask as a coach.
Appreciate your time all year. We're gonna miss you.
I appreciate you guys.
This is like my sad time of year now.
Yeah.
Most people it's during the winter. Me, it's during the summer. I don't even see you unless I run into you at the golf course every now and then. Yeah, we will. We will. Thanks for your time all season.
That young girl, that young baby girl, I don't know.
She eats up a little bit of my time.
I appreciate all you guys do. I mean, I said this. We had kind of a awards ceremony last night. I mean, what you guys do is there's nobody better in the state of Iowa for high school. I mean, it's just incredible what you do for Marshalltown athletics, for the city of Marshalltown. This is just, I'm so grateful for you guys and all you do.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. All right. That's the big man right there, head coach Mike Apple. And stop telling everybody I'm a celebrity, all right?
People don't know my favorite guy's behind the camera, though.
Keith Stewart.
He's our favorite guy.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. This is my guy.
That is our Laurel Diesel Services post-game chat with head coach Mike Apple. You're watching Bobcat basketball at KFJB-TV.
When Mike Overton moved to Laurel, Iowa, he had a vision to have a diesel repair shop that would support his growing family and passion for working on diesel engines. Being part of the East Marshall community means ensuring that farmers, truck drivers, and businesses run smoothly. With a large building and state-of-the-art equipment, Laurel Diesel Services is always up for a challenge. When your farm trucks, semis, or other diesel equipment requires maintenance or the occasional repair, take it to Laurel Diesel Services.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is sponsored by Sports Plus, sportsplusTherapy.com. Wayward Social, the place for bowling, games, food, and more. And Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown, helping you develop strategies for pursuing your financial goals.
One final time, welcome back to Linn-Mar High School as second-ranked Lions defeat your Marshalltown Bobcats 83-48. The final score. Dylan, we'll talk to you sometime. Well, I'll miss you, though.
We have each other's phone number. I promise you I'd do a girls' soccer game this spring, and then we'll see each other for softball.
I know. It just
baseball.
At the end of every basketball season, it always feels like part of me is gone.
It does. We spend multiple days a week together, and then we go on a little hibernation, and then we'll be back.
Yeah, that is for sure.
This love story will not end here tonight.
Hey, thanks so much to our awesome KFJB-TV crew all season long. Lakin Eastman, Keith Stewart on camera work, David Bragger, our on-site producer. Jeff, he was out of the mix tonight due to Hawkeyes on the radio side, but we appreciate him.
He's
all
never out
long.
of the mix in our heart.
That is for sure. For Dylan Does, I'm Brandon Lewis. For one final time this season, you have been watching Marshalltown Bobcat basketball on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
Bobcat Athletics on KFJB-TV is made possible by Assured Partners, Greg Young of Marshalltown, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, The Gregors Furniture and Mattress, Sports Plus, Wayward Social, Wells Fargo Advisors of Marshalltown, Marshalltown School District, Scooters of Marshalltown, State Farm, mtownproud.com.